what is the top highest mileage in my garage? Basically, hands down with Toyota, my Lexus, Honda, and my Mercedes. Yep. So the Prius is actually like, yep, so this is the condition. This is a 2009. So this Prius, we'll turn down the volume. Oh. This has 426,000 miles. And everything works on this car. So at 426,000 miles, I really bought it like really cheap, because it was like overheating. Oh, I need to turn this off. Weird. Yep. Yeah, it was like really cold for the last few days, so I haven't turned it on like for maybe 5 or 6 days, I guess, because of that recent winter storm we have. So this is around like 426,400 miles, and I bought it like really cheap from a lady. I think it was sold to him with several issues, like the heating, the cooling system actually. It overheats, and finally I was able to diagnose it as a head gasket issue. So I replaced the head gasket, and actually replacing the head gasket is actually like really cheap in terms of parts. I just bought the head gasket and some O-rings, and then some gasket for the water pump, and that probably cost me like probably more than 60 bucks, I guess, for everything. Then the rest are labor. Oh, actually the head bolts too. The head bolts is probably around like 20 bucks, so roughly around $80 for everything. And there are other parts like the inverter pump. Basically it's not working, but it doesn't show any problems actually when it's not working. And then the three-way converter bulb, or the three-way cooling bulb, that's also busted, and that's actually like working fine. The VVT solenoid too needs to be changed, and that's also really cheap, probably around like a $45 part. Yep. Both of my Hondas are around 256,000 miles. This is my Honda Ridgeline, it's a 2006. And also my Honda Pilot, that's also a 2006. For the Ridgeline, this is how it looks at 256,000 miles. Not that bad actually. The headliner is bad. I have a fix for that when the weather is actually warmer. So that's 257,834, and I put in a Android stereo, which is actually pretty good. It works fine, no problems with it, and everything actually works. The only issue I have with this one was that the climate control button knobs were not working actually, so I have to like clean it up. Now this is my 2006 Pilot, and I think it has 259,000 now. Let me check. Actually, it has 260,000 exactly. And yeah, I put in a large, I think this is like an 11-inch Android stereo. This stereo has a problem and it's not Android 12. So compared to my Ridgeline, the Ridgeline is actually 9-inch, but it has a better Android stereo. This one is terrible actually. It has an issue where the CarPlay on this one would just shut down and then it will change modes. Like, I don't know what's going on, but the only way to fix it is actually to turn off the car and then turn it back on, and then it will just work properly. The leather on this one is actually pretty good, except for the wear on the driver's side, which is not bad at all. And I really like this Pilot. No, not a lot of issues. Yeah, I did some fixes on this one, but yep, it's been my daily driver actually. Yeah, Mercedes GL450. This is a 2007, and this is my favorite truck actually. I use it for towing my cars. It has air suspension working. I bought it from a guy that actually maintained it very well, and somehow he got tired of it because he spent so much money. So I think around 200,000 miles he sold it to me really cheap, and right now, yeah, it's around 215,000 miles. And it's been doing pretty great. Yeah, everything works. Radio is pretty much outdated. I don't plan to replace with this one with Android. Easy works. It pretty much like an airplane with all these buttons, something like that. And the engine is actually very powerful too. Yep. And the seats actually is also it also held up pretty well over the years. I don't see any major problems, including the sunroof works. The rear, there's also a rear sunroof there. It has a third row seat. The V8 is very powerful. The sound system is also pretty good. Yep. 215,000 miles for a Mercedes with no issues at all. Yeah, I did some maintenance on this one, but they're very inexpensive. Well, people are scared about buying a Mercedes with high mileage, but if you bought it from people that knows how to maintain them, you're pretty much lucky. This is my wife's Lexus. It's a 2004, pretty much garage. So far, this is the most expensive car in my stable, actually, in my garage. So this is the seat that I replaced from Amazon. I think I bought this for like $45 because it's really worn out. And it actually held up pretty well. Yep, there's no more wrinkles anymore. And this car is around 197 probably. Let me check the mileage.
Great from standard to premium.
Yeah, it's 197,533.
And can lower your insurance.
And this car actually held up pretty well. Everything works. So far, in terms of ownership, I really don't have any issues with it. The light bulbs inside interior is, I think they're still original. The only issue that we have with the Lexus and Toyota during these years is the dashboard actually cracking. But in this case, it's not really that obvious. Yeah, there are cracks, but they're like on the edges. Yep. Yeah, this is the only problem with the Lexus. But over the years, it's a trouble-free car actually. I just replaced the timing belt for that one, and I was like surprised though, because when I bought this, I think I bought this around 140,000 miles, I think, somewhere in that range. I didn't know if the timing belt was replaced, so I have it checked. I checked it out, and there were cracks on it. And then I said, oh well, this needs to be replaced, because at 197,000 miles you really need to change the timing belt. Yeah, the change interval is around 90,000 miles, and it's been 20 years. This truck is like 21 years old now. So when I open up the timing belt, replace it, the water pump, yeah, the water pump was also like leaking. There's a leak out there, it's like small leak. And then the radiator cup was actually also like busted. The valve in there actually disintegrated, and it fell down inside the radiator. So yep, but it doesn't affect the cooling system. But I was glad that I was able to check it out. And this car has been like, I think the only maintenance that I did was this one, like oil changes and brakes, and pretty much I also replaced the tires like probably like 3 years ago, and that's it. Yeah, this is the most reliable truck in the Toyota lineup. So that's it. This is what's my garage is now.